Part of the experience at university is managing your own money, and it's an issue that 80% of students suffer with and do not want to talk about. Elena wishes that help with managing money and budgeting is taken much more seriously by students.
Um, I've never really been good at money at all. I mean, in my first year, I was given a certain amount of money and I kind of just blew it. It just went. I don't even know where it went, how it went. I just know that one second I had it and the next I didn't. And I think it's really important to be able to learn how to manage your finances from an earlier age. I mean, if I was given the help that I needed before I started uni, I would probably not be in the position I am today. At uni, I had a certain amount of money to spend, and quite obviously, I didn't manage my finances well because I'd just never had to before. It's a big change when you move from home to university, especially when you're living on your own. You have so much more responsibility. You're the one who has to bring the food to the table. You're the one who has to pay your rent. You're the one who has to make sure that you have everything that you need. And when you've never done that before and you've never got advice before, it's just a shock. And you just don't realize that sometimes you do need the help. You need the help to help you manage your finances, make sure that you have enough to pay your rent, to eat food, to do the necessities, if not anything else. I used to go out shopping and eating out and nights out and just anything and everything I wanted to do, I did it. And it sort of was like one day I had the money and the next I didn't. And it really didn't matter after I didn't have it because there's nothing I could do about it. But now that I got the help that I needed, I think it's important for everyone to get the help they need in terms of finances and budgeting.
Alicia, like most students, enjoys shopping, but is now concerned that her passion for shopping will impact heavily on her student
The same
budget.
with like supermarkets as well. So you could go to various supermarkets, depending on what you buy, it could be a lot more expensive or a lot more cheaper. So it's good to shop around, not go to the same supermarket as your parents or as your friends. You have to look, at your own pocket. If you do go into one, obviously like go in, buy what you need for like the day or 2 days or whatever, and then you can obviously save money. You could try different supermarkets, even if it's more like down the road or a bit far
For
out.
example, if students live close to Asda or Tesco's or even Sainsbury's, they just tend to go down the street and just go there rather than spending the extra couple of minutes walking a bit further to a cheaper option. They just go to whatever place is convenient for them.
Simple things like buying own brand products rather than the high-end ones, that can help you save lots of money. It really is just live a student while you're a student so that later on you don't have to make all these compromises, and later on if you do need to, it's not as hard because you've already been through the hard bit.
Samantha graduated a year ago and is struggling to pay off her debts and find a job. Checking her bank balance is a very difficult experience, and she regrets not planning and managing her money better whilst at uni.
I was quite lucky in the sense that I finally got the courage to go to the advice center and financial help center because, I mean, first I was just embarrassed by it, but really there was nothing embarrassing about it. Everyone goes through this, and just at the time it seemed easier to get an overdraft or a student credit card and just spend the money I didn't have. But I didn't think about the fact that I'd have to pay it back eventually, along with all my other loans. Finally found the advice center and the financial help center at university, and they helped me through a lot. They helped me get out of the financial mess I was, as well as help me for the future. It was my little piece of heaven, I guess, or my guardian angel.
Matthew is a first year student who has found it difficult to stick to the budget plan he came
I
with.
came to uni with a budget. I set myself for about £100 a week, and I thought that would be okay. But when I did get to university, things were, well, for the freshers week, it was very difficult to keep my spending down because there was a lot of things going on. But eventually, as weeks went on, I was able to budget my money a bit better. But some weeks, if you go out more one week and don't go out others you spend a bit too much money on going out, so you don't have money for food. So my advice to students would be to prioritise what you spend your money on weekly.
Samantha, who is very used to shopping at high status and expensive shops, has only just learned to widen her shopping experience and purchase quality products at lower prices.
When I was a student, I didn't think getting a large overdraft would be a problem. Like, you know, I didn't think I'd be in a lot of debt when I finished uni, only like obviously my loan. But like now I'm a graduate, I'm finding it really difficult to find a normal job, like just like in retail or anything. And I've got like this £3,000 overdraft that I need to pay back in a year. And I'm even living at my parents at the minute because like I can't afford, you know, I can't even afford my flat at the minute. So I'm like, I've been looking for a job for quite a while. I were even considering job seekers, you know, just to save up some money to get out of standing order to pay my overdraft. Before I finished uni, I was going to go travelling this summer, like abroad, like, I don't know, somewhere abroad, but like that's not even going to happen now because I can't even find a job. It's so difficult, even for a graduate. Like you wouldn't think it would be difficult for a graduate to get a normal job, but it's just ridiculous at the minute.
Nisha's main problem was adapting to a different, less luxurious way of life. Nisha has learned that being a student is like being on benefits. You only get a minimum, therefore it is absolutely essential to plan.
My main problem is I spent too much money on luxurious things, and as being a student I don't even need to get all those stuff. And I was given a whole lump sum of money just before my semester started, and it's supposed to last me throughout my whole semester, but I got a bit too excited. I started shopping, spending it on things that I just don't need. I went out clubbing, and I used to go after 12 o'clock, so I had to pay to enter, and I started going traveling as well, and that's where most of my money went, because I just started doing things I just really didn't need to do at all.
John Morton is a money development worker at university, helping students with budgeting and providing the help and support students need with managing their finances and debt.
One of the difficulties is to engage students in various matters concerning money. Money tends to be boring, it's very difficult to make it interesting. Many students don't engage until they get to crisis point, and then it may be too late. Students may be forced to leave university, and they may be presented with problems that become insurmountable to them. One of our tasks is to try and reach students before it gets to crisis point, and to try and make money matters as interesting as possible. One of the things I talk about is disguise financial capability, trying to, I suppose, a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down explains it. You know, trying to get students engaged in money matters, trying to get them interested in it. I mean, one of the things we do, for example, is a money hunt, whereby students collect information and collect a series of clues, and if they work out the clues, it leads to a cash prize. It just adds like an element of interest to a subject which a lot of students, particularly younger students, might find particularly boring.
There's a lot of expenses that I have for uni in every semester that I don't actually make a plan for. So I tend to spend my money on other things that's not necessary, and at the same time I have to get things that I've been given money for, like my books and small things here and there that I don't really realize. And every month I look at my bank balance, I realize where has my money gone, and sometimes I just put it away and I go like, I don't even want to look at it anymore, so I don't even realize where I'm spending my money. I gotta start making a plan, which I just have not done. I wish there was more public awareness about managing money, and I also wish that I did make use of the help at uni, because I bought a TV, I bought a laptop, I bought a mobile phone, and now I can't even afford necessities anymore. I've just spent all my money on things that I don't even need. And it's come to the stage for me where I have to go on discounted things, and I even have to sell my stuff, and at the same time I gotta buy secondhand and I gotta buy cheap books. That's the only way that it's gonna keep me going right now. I always knew there were student offers and student discounts and stuff like that, but I never really thought they would make such a big difference. I used to think it's just such a small sum of money, it won't really make a difference. But now I've realized that I should actually start using it, because it does make a really big difference. So I've started using Student Beans a lot, and they have such great offers for movies and for eating out and things like that, and it's made such a big difference because I realized how much money I've saved. So it's basically my piece of advice to students out there is, it's not about what's the cheapest, but it's about what you can afford best, basically.